Okay, so I have something really, really important to share with you. This is my secret space, the one that I make a fortune from, and I'm going to share with you exactly what makes it tick, what makes it so special, and how you could potentially make a fortune with it as well. So let's go inside. So take a look. This is my secret writer's loft. We're going to go inside the secret writer's loft right now. And this is a space that I don't let anybody in. It's my secret writing space. Take a look. Only a couple of other people have ever been in here, including my daughter and my assistant. That's it. Take a look at my desk. It's a book desk. It's the most awesome desk on the planet. And this is where the magic happens, you guys. And this is really personal for me because I don't let anybody see this kind of stuff. So in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly what the secret business is, what I do in my fabulous writer's loft, also what's going on with my hair, that's going to be later on in the video, and how you can make potentially tons of money just like I do in this secret side hustle business. So let's get into it. Okay, so let's take a look at the laptop. And right now I'm on a software program called Katie Spy. I will link it up down below in the description box how you can get this. It's a one-time fee. I'm not sure how much it is anymore. I got mine a long time ago. And this one is a one-time cost. It's super cheap. It's probably less than what you're going to spend on Starbucks this week. And you don't have to pay a monthly fee for it. You'll also get the dirty secret of the highest earning indie authors and the 2025 book ROI tracking spreadsheet. Both of these are very important for the business that I'm going to talk about. So what is the business? You're probably thinking, well, the business is Amazon publishing. And the cool thing is you don't even have to write any of these books yourself. You can have a ghostwriter write them, or even better, use a hack that I use to have not somebody else write them, but you can write them yourself using a software, mostly using AI. I have a hack to teach you how to do that, where you can literally churn out a book a month without you writing anything. That's the cool thing about this whole thing. So I like to download Mozilla Firefox. It's a browser I never use, because if you try to download this onto some other browser like Chrome or Internet Explorer, you're going to have to log out of Amazon every single time. And if you're an Amazon junkie like myself, that's going to be kind of inconvenient, right? So what you do is you get this little guy in the corner. You'll see it says Katie Spy in the corner with this guy with this black hat. That's what you need to do. The instructions are super simple. You basically have to just simply download the extension, click on this little puzzle piece, and then pin this to the bar at the top. And then once you have this, then you can go directly to a link that I created for all of my students. It's katiebestsellers.com, K as in kite, D as in dog, bestsellers, plural.com. It will take you directly to the top paid Amazon Kindle ebooks. We don't want the freebie ones, we want the paid ones, okay? Because that's where the money's at. But it's really important that you take a look at which books we're going to focus in on. So if you'll notice, every single one of these books, or pretty much all of them, with the exception of number 24 here, In This Economy, that's a nonfiction book. Every single one of them is a fiction book, okay? Most of them are either thrillers or mysteries or romance, all right? And so when you want to take a look at how much some of these authors are making, we want to focus in on those that are actually independent authors, not ones that are being published under Simon & Schuster or one of the big top 5 publishing houses. We only care about the independents because we want to see if we can emulate what they're doing. So let's take a look at, I'm just going to randomly grab somebody here. You don't have to be in the top 10, by the way, to make a ton of money with this business, as I'm going to outline shortly. But let's take a look at this Quicksilver one right here, number 21. And I'm going to click on it. And then what's going to happen is I want to see how much money this book is making. So I click on the book itself. First of all, I want to make sure that it's an independent author. And I go down here to this section where it says product details, and see where it says publisher. If it's an independent, it'll say nothing at all, or it'll say something like this, Forever. Well, that's not a publishing house. I think we all know that Forever is not a publishing house. It's probably this author's company or a variation of this author's company. So we've established that it's an independent publisher. So now we want to see how much this book is making. So I'm going to click on the little dude in the hat in the upper right hand corner, and then I'm going to click and see how much money this is making. So we're going to let it load for a second for us to tell us how much money this book is making. Take a look at this. Estimated monthly revenue, $407,000. Now mind you, the self-publisher makes roughly 65 to 70% of that. Amazon gets about 30%. But that's still a lot of money, folks. I mean, hello, she's making about $300,000 cash in her pocket just on this book, on just Kindle alone. Now take a look at paperback. It's probably not going to show huge numbers, but it's a pretty decent number, $85,000 for the paperback. Now mind you, she doesn't get most of the paperback money because it's sunk mostly into the publishing and shipping costs, because it's like a print on demand with Amazon. It used to be called Create Space, and now I don't know what they call it. But it's a pretty sizable amount. And then you take a look at hardcover, which is going to be pretty much next to nothing, and then Audible book. Over $1 million a month. $1 million a month on this raggedy ass book that I'm sure almost nobody's heard of. This author that I'm sure nobody's heard of. I mean, she's making over $1 million a month just on Audible on just this one cheesy ass book. I'm sure it's great. I don't mean to, rain on Callie's parade here. But my point is, this is what this kind of, income or this kind of business can bring to you, is this. I mean, this is powerful stuff here. And this is just one of her several books, is this Quicksilver book, okay? So again, she's going to make, most of the time you make the vast majority of her money on Kindle, and then the second one is usually Audible book. But lately Audibles are just really taking off because a lot of people are driving in their car. They might have a commute an hour or two and from work every day, and they want to listen to something. And what you're going to notice is that the worse the economy gets, the more people are into fiction because they want to escape, okay? This is why entertainment, like mostly at-home entertainment, does really, really well. Because, people want to watch Netflix and they just want to escape everything. You're going to find that, outside entertainment's going to be cut because people can't afford to go to the movie theater and spend $200 anymore. Those kinds of entertainment, flying to Vegas and all that will be, trimmed short for most people. But you're going to find that watching a lot of TV, binge watching a lot of stuff on TV, and then books, Audible books mostly, people want escapism. And that's why fiction does really well in bad economies. So this is just this one book. And again, you don't have to be number one to be able to do well in this business. And again, this is just one of her many books. And so let's take a look at another book, just another random book. This looks like a pretty cheesy cover. This looks like it has a bunch of tropes and themes. Tropes and themes means that they're picking up on certain popular, I guess, keywords within the book is what basically essentially a trope is. And so there's several here. There's X, which is a huge trope, mafia romance, which is also a huge trope. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this book to see if it's self-published. Just based on the cover, I could pretty much tell you that it's self-published. And by the way, I don't know many mobsters that actually have a beard, but maybe that's a new thing, who knows. So let's go down to the product details here. There's not actually a listed publisher at all, which definitely means it's self-published. And so we're going to take a look at how much money this one's making by Casey Crown, which I can guarantee you is a pen name, which is what we recommend, is that you get a pen name. You don't use your actual name. That means if you're a dude, you can do this business too, by the way, because you're going to be using some other name, not your own. And we're going to click in the upper right-hand corner under the KD Spy guy with the black hat to see how much money this book is making. And so this book, under Kindle alone, $110,000 for this cheesy-ass book, okay? Again, I don't mean to rain on Casey's parade. She's doing pretty damn good, or he's doing pretty good. But where's the Audible? I mean, I always tell everybody that if you're going to be doing these books, you want to have at least 3. You want to have your Amazon Kindle, which is a given, because that's required if you're going to do this online with Kindle, with Amazon. You want to have Amazon Audible, and you want to have the paperback. You don't have to have the hardcover, because the hardcover is going to make you pretty much no money anyway. See, in this book, there's no money on the hardcover. The paperback will make a little money. Kindle will make a little money. But you remember what the last book looked like, right? Like the woman was making over $1 million just with Amazon Audible. So why would this dude or lady, whoever Casey is, again, it's a pen name, why would they leave all that money on the table and not have an Audible book? So again, this person's screwing the process up and still making a killing in this business. And that means that you can too, just by creating these cheesy little books that you do not even need to write, okay? It's pretty mind-blowing what you can do with this, all right? Now, just case in point, let's go to page 2 where it's 51 through 100. And I'm going to find a book that's like lower toward close to the end. Somebody that I know is a self-published person. So let's go with Mile High by Liz Tom Ford. She does a lot of these books, and I happen to know that she's self-published, but just to make sure that you guys know that it's for real. Publisher, Golden Boy Publishing LLC. That's her company, not one of the big 5 like Simon & Schuster. You know, it's basically, or Pocket Books or Penguin, it's basically her own company. She's a one-man band publisher. And I want you to take a look at how much she's making. We're going to click on the man with the black hat in the upper right-hand corner and see how much she's making with this book, not being anywhere near number 1. So she's making $120,000 per month just with this book. Remember, she gets to keep 70% roughly, sometimes around 65%, depending on how thick the book is. The thicker the book is, the more the download fee is, the less the author makes. So I don't really know how thick this book is, but she's making roughly $75,000, give or take, maybe $75,000 just on the Amazon Kindle part. And so she was smart. This is exactly how I tell everybody to do it. Kindle books, and then you're going to do the paperback version and the Audible book. Now the paperback version is not going to make as much, like say she's making $3,000 a month. Hey, it's something, right? And plus you want to be able to give your audience every bit of benefit to get whatever they like, whatever they particularly like. They might not like Audible, they might not like Kindle, but they like to sit there and read. A lot of older folks like to sit there and read. You want to be able to give that to your fan base, okay? Because you're going to develop a fan base. And then you have your Audibles, which is another $57,000, okay? So she's making well over $100,000 cash in her pocket just from this one book, okay? So just to be able to give you some idea of what I've been doing over the past several years. So I've been publishing on the Amazon Kindle platform since I want to say roughly 2007, but I didn't get serious about it till about 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. And that's when I started to really follow and look at closely what these people were doing to make this kind of money. And that software was critical, mission critical in me figuring all of this stuff out and putting all the puzzle pieces together. Because if I didn't have that software, I would have had no idea like how to figure out how much people were making and what to zero in on as far as the types of books, which pretty much it's fiction, okay? If you don't want to make any money, then go with nonfiction. If you don't want to make any money, go with low content books like everybody else talks about with those stupid coloring books and journals and all that other crap that, believe it or not, now Amazon is starting to kick people off the platform and ban them permanently. The last thing you want is a permanently banned account with Amazon. You don't want that, okay? So what you want to do is focus on the stuff that's making money. So when I discovered this software, it's like it was a total game changer for me because I'm like, okay, now I don't have to guess what's making money. I know now what's making money, okay? So I'm just going to emulate what they're doing. So if, for example, for a while these dark mafia romances were like the big thing. Then it was all these small town romances with the billionaire, and then everything had billionaire in it. So what I would do is I would just follow the trends, except my books, I followed the more of the erotic trend. You don't have to do that, by the way. So I could hear some of you screaming right now through the screen. You're like, Monica, I don't want to do the erotica, this and that. You don't have to. You don't even have to do any of the romance stuff if you don't want to. There are huge popular thriller books or mystery books or detective books. If you're into that kind of stuff, that makes a lot of money too. Now, it takes a little bit longer to build that up than it does with the romance stuff. But if that's what you want to do, then it would be worth it. Again, if you're into the whole nonfiction thing, don't expect to make a lot of money, and you're definitely not going to be quitting your day job doing this. I'm just being honest with you. If you're into the whole low content thing, because you saw somebody on YouTube talking about how you can make children's coloring books for Christmas, and that's what you want to do, again, don't plan on quitting your day job, because you're not going to, okay? However, if you want to quit your day job and get rich, like literally get rich, then the fiction stuff is what you're going to be focusing in on. Now, I'm going to be very clear with you. And again, I'm trying to be as real as possible because there's so many people out there that are not being real with how this business works. I've been doing this a long time. It's not easy, okay? So initially when I first got started, now I am a writer. I consider myself a writer. I know how to write, and I know how to write pretty well. The problem is I don't have enough hours in the day. Like, I'm running a multi-million-dollar company. I do these videos for you guys just to be able to reach out and help people. but I also am in school still. I'm getting another certificate now. So I have 2 degrees, but I'm getting another certificate with UCLA. I'm probably going to get another one on top of that. And I'm busy, okay? So I can't be writing 120,000 word novels and cranking them out once a month, because if you want to be successful in this business, you need to do, in the beginning, you're going to be doing, the rule is 1 book per quarter, so 4 books per year. However, if you really want to start cranking it up and up in the ante and making some real dollars with this, you're going to be doing 1 book a month. How is it even remotely possible? Even the fastest writer on the planet cannot pump out a book a month, okay? I mean, ask some of the most prolific novelists out there, and they can tell you that a book a month is just not possible. So there is a hack. There's a secret method that I use, and I've only taught it to 1 group, and I don't make this widely known, and I don't allow a lot of people to access this because I don't want people to know this secret. It is a secret that I've created and developed, and it's a secret that only a handful of you will ever know exists, okay? So what I'm going to do is, in the description box below, I'm going to give you a more extended training so you could get an idea of what the secret is like, what this whole business is like. You can decide if this is something you want to do. And if it is, then if you want that one hack, that one secret, the one way for you to be able to churn out a book a month, which again, it's not possible even if you're the fastest writer on the planet. And even then, if you're writing fast, who knows if it's any good, right? You need to be able to write fast and good. So there's only one way to do it. There's one amazing hack. And if you're looking at making this kind of money and you want to churn out 1 book a month and you think this sounds like it's fun and you want a business that can make you possibly millions of dollars a year, and in the very least, maybe $20,000 a month to start, then I would recommend that you look into my hack. And so down below, if you want to join one of my groups, it's my World's Most Perfect Business group. That's the only place you'll find where I share this hack. I share it nowhere else, okay? And it will share with you exactly how to churn out a book a month. So then that way you can start making these kinds of dollars. Now again, I told you I was going to be real with you. This business does not start up and start flourishing in a month. Does not work that way. As much as I'd like to tell you that it does, it takes a while. So like for your first couple of months, you might be making between, say, $500 and $1,000 a month. And then you start to snowball. It's called the snowball effect. It takes a while to get there. It does not happen overnight. And so when people out there are telling you that you're going to be making tens of thousands of dollars a month starting within the next, say, 30 days or so, it's not going to happen that fast. Yes, it can happen. You might get a big hit on your hand. I've seen it happen before, trust me. I've seen somebody pump out a book and the cover is really fantastic, which, by the way, I have amazing professionals to do covers that I could share with you. The title's really awesome. It's an awesome concept with an awesome set of tropes that are really popular with a bunch of people, and it just might take off just like that. And then plus I'd share with you and teach you how to get on TikTok, where you can actually get your book promoted through TikTok, and you can do it through low budget or for free. Same with Facebook and all these other platforms, to where you can actually get the word out with super cheap, if not free, advertising. So yes, I've had students have books that just completely take off within their first month or so. They're making tens of thousands of dollars doing that. Now, is that what's going to happen for you? Maybe not, probably not, but you have to start somewhere. This is a long-term play. So if you like the dollar amounts that you see, and you're like, yes, Monica, I think I can stick it out for a year to make this happen for myself, then you want to stick it out for a year to make this happen for yourself, knowing what the end goal is. All right. See, there's too many people that are always on this next shiny object train, where they're just looking for the next thing that's going to make them tons of money. And then they end up spinning their wheels for not just a year, but multiple years trying to get that next shiny object going and that quick money, not realizing until they turn around and they realize they've just wasted 5 years or 10 years of their life trying to get that quick money, because they're not willing to take the time to build something that's real. This is a real business, but again, you have to have some kind of resonance with it. It's got to seem like it's interesting and fun to you, because if it's not, it's going to be a drag and you're not going to last long at all. So that's the business I wanted to share with you. That's what I do in this secret room of mine. And if you go down below, you could see exactly how you can do it as well, because it's not that difficult to do. There's just a lot of steps involved, and anybody can do it as long as you're willing to do the steps. I even have somebody doing this who does not speak English very well, and because of the hack, they're able to churn out these books and not even know a lick of English to be able to do this business. So there's no obstacles except for the ones that you create in your own head between your two ears, because that's basically what the obstacles are anyway, right? So, about the hair, enjoy it, because next time you see me, I'm going to literally chop it all off. I'm going to be shaved down like a dog. I'm going to probably take it down to the wood, because I just realized that sometimes you got to do things for you, right? Like this writing office. I have an office next door for my other business, and I decided that I wanted to go all in this business, and I made a commitment to myself. Now, mind you, you might not do that for yourself, because you're like, well, Monica, I can't afford another office. That's fine. That's fine. I had to get this office for myself, because at home I have a beautiful setup office. It's all Ernest Hemingway. In fact, you'll see on my shirt, I wore this shirt for a purpose. That's the six-toed cat symbol. This is a t-shirt I got in Key West at the Hemingway house. And if you love cats, you'll love it there. If you're allergic to cats, don't go there. But I love Ernest Hemingway, not because I like his writing, because I don't, but I like the lifestyle that he was able to create for himself. And so I'm just a Hemingway fanatic. So if you're ever wondering about gift ideas, just get me something Hemingway and I'll be happy. Just kidding. But so I have this beautiful office at home with all this Hemingway stuff everywhere, including paintings that I had commissioned out by a painter that actually lives in Key West. But then I have this pain in the ass cat. His name is Socks. He's my newest cat. He's an amazing, amazing little guy. But he wants to sit on my lap, and he wants to sit on my keyboard, and he wants to sit, everywhere, and he's just a pain in the ass. So I decided to make the commitment to myself and my business by getting this office, my writing loft, that I showed you, my secret space. It is a commitment to myself. And maybe the commitment to yourself needs to be maybe an investment in the time to do this. Maybe starting a new corporation for your business as kind of like as a token of commitment. There's so many times that we tell ourselves that we're going to do something and we just never do. There's so many times we tell ourselves we're going to get in shape and we never show up to the gym. We buy the membership, but then we never show up. So this office for me is a commitment to myself. And so that's why I have this office here as my commitment to this business. And maybe your commitment isn't this big, like getting an office like this, but maybe it's something else. Maybe it's jumping into the program. Maybe it's getting that low budget software I just talked about, just to get started, just to get a feel for the business. Maybe it is just to do a little bit of research to find out whether or not this is something that resonates with you. Maybe it's just to show up to my free class just to see if this business is for you, but to put the time into that for about an hour plus. So, when you decide to make the commitment, you do make some major changes in your life, and I'm just excited that I was able to bring this to you. But back to the hair, so my hair's always been really, really short, but I thought maybe I should just grow it out. I've been growing it out since the beginning of this year, and I'm like, well, maybe it'll make me look more feminine, trying to be a version of myself that everybody else will approve. And then one day, yesterday actually, I woke up and I'm like, I have to be the version of myself that only I approve of. So if there's trolls out there that think that my hair is too short and I look like a man, oh well, you're going to have to live with it, or find content elsewhere that is more suitable for you with somebody that has long blowing in the wind hair. But if you're here for the content that I can provide, the no BS content that I have, then it should not matter what's on my head. It should not matter if I actually have it shaved down to the wood. It should not matter as long as I'm here to help serve you. So that's what's going to be happening to my hair. So next time you'll see me, it will be very, very, very short. And if you say I look like a man, well, you're a loss, because I'm here to serve you the best possible way that I can. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And I'm just really excited that I was actually able to bring you into my very private space. It probably will be the only time that I do it. I don't know. I don't want to say that, because I might want to bring you more when it comes to this powerful Amazon publishing business as we move forward together. Okay? So please be sure to sign up for my free school group, school.com/Monica Main, because you'll also get all my newest upcoming training. Some of them will also include Amazon publishing as well. and other opportunities that you might be interested in, especially opportunities using AI, which could be extremely profitable. So definitely sign up for that, because you'll be among about 6,000 of you. Was it 5 or 6,000? I'm not sure where we're at right now. I think we're at 6,000 now, of like-minded individuals just like yourself that you can network among. And you can also get ideas, bounce ideas. But please note that if you're there to sell something like your Shopify store or business or whatever, you will be banned immediately. So please do not do that, because I've been banning people left and right, and it hurts my heart to do that, but I do it anyway because I want to keep it as clean and promotion free as possible. So that's what my group is about. So again, school.com/Monica Main. It's free now, but I will start charging for it in the future. So if you get in now and lock it in for free, you'll stay free for the rest of your life. So you definitely want to lock it into, especially make sure that you're part of my upcoming Amazon publishing trainings that I have that are also going to be free as well. All right, everybody, this is Monica Main signing off, and I will see you in the next video.